Welcome to DAB Pumps. Today, we're going to look at how to use DAB Pump's DNA Pump Selector program. First, you want to navigate to the DAB Pumps US website, which is dabpumps.us. Once you've done that, you scroll down until you get to the bottom of the page, and under Technical, the third selection is Pump Selection Software, DNA. We're going to click on that. Next, you want to choose your country. You can also create a user login here so that you don't have to do this in the future. So we're in the United States, so we're going to scroll down and choose United States. Now, the first thing we're going to do is change our units of measure, and you do that here by selecting the units of measure symbol and then click on US units and click on OK. Now, the example that we have is a customer has contacted us and provided the following information requesting a quotation on a booster pump that will provide the required duty. The flow that they need is 35 gallons per minute and the pressure that they need is 75 psi. So, how do we select a pump or pump set to fulfill this requirement? There are two ways to do this, through the product selection browser or through hydraulic selection. So firstly, we're going to use the product selection browser. If you have a reasonably good idea of what kind of pump you will need to provide the required duty, then you can select that pump from the product selection browser. In the above example, I'm pretty sure that an EasyBox Max will do what we need, so I'm going to look at both the EasyBox Max 45120M and the EasyBox Max 6120M. So we're going to click on Product Selection Browser. And then we want to make sure that we're using 60 hertz pumps because 60 hertz is the kind of power that's used in the United States. And then we're going to select EasyBox Max right here. Now, we have the EasyBox Max 45120 here and the EasyBox Max 6120 pump here. Now, we can enter in our information that we have and it will tell us whether this will work or not. You can click here where it says diagram and then click on duty point and put in operating data specification. Now, our flow that we needed was 35 gallons per minute, and the pump pressure we need is 75 psi. 75. Okay. And then we click on OK. We can see that this is beyond the capability. This is where our setting is right here that we need. This is beyond the capability of the EasyBox Max 45120 pump. So we're going to check the EasyBox Max 6120 pump. Fortunately, it will save your duty point between pumps. So we can see here that that is underneath the curve. So that means this pump can do that duty. So that means we would want to select the EasyBox Max 6120 pump. If you want to provide a data sheet to the customer you're providing the quotation for, you can click here on data sheets. And then it will provide you with a data sheet that will have your duty point that you've marked already on it, along with all the other required specifying information for this pump, such as dimensions, the curves, everything, right there. You can save it by clicking here. No, I apologize, that's the wrong thing. Cancel. You can save it by printing. And you can print it as a PDF, and that will allow you to send it directly to your customer in an email. Okay, so what if we don't know what pump we want to use? We can go to the hydraulic selection browser right here. Now, we know this is going to be a booster pump, so we can go to self-priming and multi-stage centrifugal pumps. And then we want to click here on series and click off on everything. And we only want to use the pumps that we think we will need. So we can put in EasyBox, EasyBox pressurization set, which is more than one EasyBox. We can put in EasyBox Max. We can put in EasyBox Mini, and we can put in EasyBox Mini pressurization set. Then we can put in our duty point, which is, as before, 35 gallons per minute and 75 psi. We then click Next. Now, doing this will provide you with the most efficient option, not necessarily the least expensive option for your customer. So the most efficient option is going to be the EasyBox Max 85-120. However, we know that the 85-120 is only available in 460 volt three-phase, as it shows right here. So we know that we have a single phase 230 volt power supply. So we're going to click on the EasyBox Max 6120 pump right here. And as previously, since we put in our duty point, it shows our duty point on the diagram right here. So if we want to provide a data sheet to our customer, we can click here. And then we can print to a PDF and send it directly to our customer. That's how to use the DNA Pump Selector program on DAB Pumps US to select a pump. Thank you for watching.